some of you who are looking at the CVS footage of Patrick Clancy entering the store think it's this man. And there are moments where I'm also thinking that, but here's the thing. Um, th- a lot of people are saying that Patrick's hair looks more like Kyle's does in this moment. But the problem with the CVS footage is that it's not only poor quality, it's also herky jerky, and there's moments where it also has basically what I would describe as like tracers. So it's like it pauses and then there's like a tracer effect and then it goes back to a clear picture. And so there's a lot of things, there's a lot of distortion happening that I can't quite clean up as best as I can. And I was hoping, and here's the thing, I am not saying that anyone is like even remote, like I'm not making judgments on their bodies, other than what I see of Patrick Clancy is that he is consistently very lean. And one thing that did strike me as noticeable when he first walks in the doorway at CVS is that his face below the cheekbones to the jaw feels fuller than we notice at any other point in any other photos of him. And it does seem to feel more like Kyle's fullness through his face. However, and this is an off comment, but it's when Patrick first enters into the doorway of the CVS footage, it feels very Ed Norton-y to me. Um, but I think there's a couple of other things that we're going to notice when I show you the next photos, because I'm pretty certain that it is Patrick. It's not Kyle. They both have very similar structures to their face. And I think the most distinguishable for both of them is their mouth area. Like their lips are both very like thin almost. And so there's a few things, but I still think there's one brief moment right before he goes off camera that we can confirm it's not Kyle and it is Patrick. Just to refresh you, this is Patrick. This is what we know his nose to be like, his cheekbones profile, and his chin. And then also, I wish we had the other side of his head, but just kind of notice for me right now his hairline through here. I think what happens in this photo is that Patrick, I think his hair is just slightly shorter. But here's the thing. I tried to clean up this photo as best as I can because I wanted to be a little bit more certain of the color of his shoes. And then this right here, I'm thinking that he's wearing some sort of like running or cycling gloves. And I think he's holding what is his wallet. And if anything, maybe that is the Apple Watch on the underside of his wallet. I don't think it's his phone, or unless he has his card. I think, is this the Amex card? Did people say he used his Amex card? And maybe that's the Amex card over his phone with the Apple Watch underneath? I don't know. But this white part, because I thought his hands look really funny. If you'll notice this hand over here, at one point, it looks like his hand is really skinny and long and starts to blend into what I think is like the bottom hem of his white shirt. This is the full photo that I pulled from that moment. But here, so this is a little bit better. I think it's his Amex card, and then this I think is his glove. The rest, like the other side of his thumb and the back of his hand through here, is black. I think that's the phone. Maybe we can see the Apple Watch underneath. Maybe, I don't know. But again, over here, I think it's that at least this area of his glove is white and the rest is black. I don't know. It's very strange to me. Because this is where I was like, oh, I think this might be a glove. Because look at how I think that's his hem, the hem of his shirt, and that's his glove kind of blending into that line. But again, it's for sure in this photo, he is wearing a quarter zip pullover, for sure. And also, I want you to notice the jeans. The jeans are very dark washed here. And then I also pulled this one because I was trying to get the color of the boots. And notice that the flooring here is pretty much like, to me, a gray scale, which just highlights even more that his boots are kind of falling in the brown realm. And again, this is the full still that I pulled it from. And again, I just wanted to get this because I was trying to show people that I'm not really sure if that's the Apple Watch or not. Because again, if we're going to believe that this is like a gold colored Amex credit card and this is maybe a white glove, that the Apple Watch, it seems more like a tan color. So I'm like, is that why Reddington, I think he asks Patrick on the stand how many Apple Watches Lindsay has. Because I'm wondering if maybe Lindsay had more than one Apple Watch, and it would make sense if she had, say, a brown wristband, and if she had another one for other outfits when she's wearing like a light or white colored wristband. And if maybe, because that's the thing, hold on. You guys, oh my God, I'm gonna have to make another post. This is the default SE Apple Watch you can get at Costco. Did he, oh my God, does she either have two Apple Watches, or did he get a new watch to set up under her profile to use? That just opened up so many questions for me. Oh, but again, this photo, I just wanted to show that I'm pretty sure this is without a doubt Patrick. I think his hair is short. I'm a hairdresser. So I think his hair is just shorter. And the other thing is that I was thinking, what if it's not that he was running because he's wearing gloves? Maybe he had a bike somewhere, and someone said that he did have a bike, I think outside of the house or something like that. Because I was like, what if he parks his car at CVS, hops on a bike? Because when you look at the Google Map even gives you the biking time, and the Google Map directions cuts the travel time down to 7 minutes with a bike. And if he's a physically fit person, which that's why I'm like, is that why he's wearing the gloves? Because he was hanging onto the handlebars. And when you ride a bike and the wind is blowing over your hands, they get colder much faster than when you're running. And so was he wearing the gloves because he had a bike stashed somewhere? I just questions that I have. And again, just showing the distortion. I really don't think this is Kyle, though. I really don't think this is Kyle. And again, I'm pretty sure that these shoes are brown. I do not think that these are gray and white running shoes. I think this kind of proves that these are boots, and he's wearing gloves and has possibly the Amex card with maybe the Apple Watch underneath.